Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're here for the first time, my name is Precious. Welcome to Done by Precious YouTube channel. So today we're going to be learning how to make a wrap top. I can say this wrap top is very simple, very easy to make, and you'll not be needing much materials to make it. So this is 1.5 yard I have here to make this top. So let's get started. So from the baseline, we're going to be marking our bust point. My bust point is 11 inches. So if yours is 10 inches, you can do that. So we're just going to mark that. So the next thing we're going to mark is our full length. The length I'm working with is 21 inches, but I'm going to add 1/2 inch for allowance. So we're just going to mark that. So we're going to measure our shoulder measurement. We're going to divide it by 2. So the shoulder measurement we're working with is 15 inches. 15 divided by 2, we have 7.5 inches. So we're going to measure that and measure it as well for our armhole. So now we're going to be taking our armhole measurement so we can get our midpoint. So after we've marked our midpoint, we're just going to come out by 1/2 inch. Then we're just going to mark that. Then make a curve. So the next thing we're going to do now is to take our bust measurement. We're going to divide our bust measurement by 4, and we're going to add 2 inches allowance to that. Then for our waist measurement, we're also going to divide it by 4. Then we'll add 2 inches allowance to it. So we're just going to make a curve from there, from our bust point to our waist. Then for our neck, we're going to be using 3 by 1.5 inch. So the width of our neck is going to be 3 inches. Then the depth is going to be 1.5. So this is the back. Actually, I forgot to mention, sorry about that. So this is the back. We're going to be marking and cutting the back first. So after cutting the back, we're going to be using this back to cut out our front. So after cutting the back, we'll be using it to cut our front. So we're going to fold our front like this and place it on the fabric. So the center front, I have 8 inches extra allowance. So if you want yours to be very covered, you can make it to be more than that. It can be less than that, it can be more than that, depending on what you want. So we're just going to cut it out exactly as you see me doing. So for the back, we're going to be folding it as you see me doing, and we're going to be pinning it down because we're going to be marking the front. So we don't want the back, we don't want to mark the back the same as the front. So from the neck width of the front, we're going to be using 6 inches. So if you want to show some flesh, you can come down by 7 inches, 8 inches, depending on what you want. But I want this to be covered, so I'm going to be making use of 6 inches. So from our previous neck width of the back, we're going to be using that same neck width to mark our front, as you see me doing. So we're just going to make a slant all the way to the end of this top. So you just make this slant this way. So this is just it to get our front. So we're going to be cutting this out as well. So after cutting it out, this is what it looks like. So from our back, we're going to be taking our dart measurement from the center front. So I'm going to mark at 4 inches and I'm just going to make a notch. So you can decide to add your dart. You can decide to exclude that as well. It's optional. So opening this up, this is what the front looks like. You see how wrapped it is. So depending on what you want, you can just make it to your desire. So we're going to be joining our shoulders from the back and the front. We're just going to be joining them together. So after joining them, this is how it is. So the next thing we're going to do now is to hem our neck, the back and the front. So I'm going to be using a buba bias to turn the neck. You can decide to just fold it just with the same shape, but I use the buba bias for mine. So this is it. So this is what I have left from my fabric, and I'm just going to use it for my sleeve. So I'll come down from the center front by 2 inches, then from the sides I'll come down by 4 inches. So I'm just doing this free-handed, so you can use your basic sleeve measurement. So I just did this because this is what I have left and I just want to manage it. So the width of this sleeve is 13 inches. So I'm just going to make a mark at that, and I'm just going to cut it. So for this sleeve, I'm going to be adding my tiny elastic to this sleeve. The sleeve is very small. Yes, the length is 11 inches, but I just have to make do of what I have. And we're going to be making little plates, like 2 plates on the shoulder when we're joining it together. So what we're going to do now is to fold the bottom part of this sleeve like you see me doing. So just fold it as tiny as possible. We'll be doing it for the both sleeve. So for the band we're going to be attaching to this top, the width of the band is 4 inches and the length is 31 inches. So we have 2 bands. As you can see, I joined my fabric together because it wasn't enough. So we're going to fold it. We'll be doing it for the both bands as well. So I went ahead to add one elastic to my sleeve, and I'll be adding the second one to the other sleeve. So for this jacket, you can top, you can use any desired sleeve that you want. So if you do not want to manage your fabric like I did, you can just use 2 yards of fabric. That will be enough to get the exact sleeve you want. So we're just going to tack it at both ends so it doesn't fall inside. So we're going to be attaching our sleeve to the bodies. And we're going to be making 2 pleats. So you can just pleat it and add it to your bodies. So we'll be doing it for both sides. Then after doing that, we're going to make sure we arrange our top, and we're going to be sewing the sides. We're going to be closing the sides from the sleeve. That is after we have attached our sleeve. Then we're going to fold the bottom part of the top. So we're just going to do all that and come back to show you what it looks like. So yes, this is what it looks like. It's looking pretty already. So this is how easy it is to make this top. So we're just going to attach our band to the end part of this top. That part, we're going to just pin it down and making sure the shape we have at the bottom is the same with the shape of the band. So if you have any diagonal line at the bottom after attaching your band to it, you just have to trim it off so it will be equal. So this is how to make this sleeve, and this is the outcome. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next one. Bye.